Billin of Town Murf.
Top Billin villains.
Yo, what's going on, folks? All my top Billin villains, all my bird brothers out there. Now look, will the Eagles use Cooper DeJean differently in year 2? Now, can you name the football analyst who pondered if the Eagles should use Cooper DeJean differently in year 2? 2 months ago, before free agency began? Suppose they also don't re-sign Isaiah Rodgers. Then what? What do you guys think about Cooper DeJean being an outside cornerback? Remember, people were trying to say that he was going to be a safety when he was drafted, right? I had people selling me on that, and we know what that was about. Then he was moved to slot. People was like, I don't know if he'll be able to be a slot cornerback and all this. Come on, right? An outside cornerback with a cat with this skill set. He's 200 pounds, so he's a little bit bigger of a corner. Think about it. A lot of the times we see him, right? Let's look at this particular play right here. Man coverage, my man running an out route right here, right? Cooper DeJean pick this up, right, with inside technique. My man's trying to get right here. Cooper DeJean does a good job of flipping his hips, right? Staying loose with it. Look at this. Look, inside technique, flip the hips, decrease the cushion, and took a proper angle with it. Look at that. Proper angle with it. Trevor Lawrence right there. Didn't know what, and this is coming from a switch release as well. So keep that in mind there. Switch release. Everybody's on it. Nice distance cushion right here to kind of react to whatever is going, right? If my man was going to go on a over route or something like that, he'd be able to combat that as well. He's in a good spacing right here. Good judge of distance right there. But bogs that down on the transition here. Flips the hips, right? Now he locates, right? In this little bit of a transition time, he's able to locate your man Trevor Lawrence right here to see what is going to be on. But then you got to get back on your horse there, right? So my man separates a little bit, but he knows his speed and he knows his burst. And look at him close on it, taking the proper angle. Hell of a route right there, right? Hell of a defensive route. I say that to say this. Your man, right, who's that he's on right there? Right? 10 out of 10 of you can't guess which receiver that was on. I would love to see him on the outside where he has the sideline as an extra defender and he's able to work vertically. He's able to do a whole lot of stuff that would cause him to be involved in a lot more bigger plays, right? We've seen him with the forced fumbles. We've seen him finally get the interception in the Super Bowl. I don't believe he had an interception before that. Not a ton of pass breakups, right? It's just a different style of play on the inside. Not to mention you won't see the best receiver on each team, right? A lot of these big outside receivers, they're just going to stay to the outside. You'll have some that will moonlight on the inside, and then you will have some teams who have great inside receivers like the Dallas Cowgirls with CD Lamb. The Rams sometimes play Puka Nacua in the slot. All right, he plays on the outside too, though. So, but if you playing against like the Seattle Seahawks, they're gonna have DK Metcalf on the outside 90-something% of the time. I love to see him be able to match with those guys. He get to be involved in situations where he could pile up a lot of turnovers on the outside. Not to. So can your boy get his flowers or what? Come on, man. Listen, I may never be the most popular, especially in this particular market, right? You know what I mean? If I continue to even be in this particular market, I may never be the most successful in this market. You know, it's the same deal, right? But you can't say that your boy don't sit here and think the game through. I don't put out a lot of content. I'm not one of these clickbait dudes. I don't do just anything, right, just to get some views or to be popular and everything like that. I'm here to satiate my desire to be a football analyst. I'm 12 years deep into this business, doing my damn thing, and oftentimes standing on my own square. Now, when I said this about Cooper DeJean, it was 100% panned. 100%. Everybody in the comment section, you even had people going off the rails and, you know what I'm saying, and crashing out, calling me stupid and shit like that, right? Now, who's stupid? Obviously, I might still be stupid, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't about that, right? If I'm stupid, it's not about that. Now, Cooper DeJean had a great rookie season as a nickel, but will the Eagles play him differently in year 2? Now, they talked about in this particular article, he said, I'll play wherever, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's a football player. Football player. Remember, I was the dude who was extremely mad that everyone said that he should play safety. They wanted him to play safety over Reed Blankenship, right? So who was at the forefront on both of those guys? Reed Blankenship, best safety on the team still. And, you know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about that. The best safety on the team. He's the leader of the secondary, in my opinion, right? Obviously going to be along with Quinyon Mitchell, but as far as the safety position goes, and then I said that dude should be a cornerback. He should not play or no anywhere in the safety room, or he should not be anywhere in the safety room. He needs to be a cornerback. They moved him to inside, and people didn't think he would be good inside. Now people think he can't do anything else but play inside. So I love this team. I love the direction and everything that people are thinking, right? Just like they said in this article, it's just May. He took some snaps on the outside. That doesn't mean he's going to be the outside corner. But what that does mean is, look, as Cooper DeJean enters his second NFL season in 2025, the Eagles are at least toying with the idea of playing him as an outside corner in addition to his role as a nickel cornerback. So remember, you can scheme to get him off the field. That's my thing. I never want him to leave the field. If you run base defense, he's off the field. Right? If a team comes out and they're like, you know what, let's get that dude off the field. He impacts the game a lot. Let's run a lot of 12 and 13 personnel. You can keep him off the field the entire game. You're going to have a lot of people trying to emulate what the Eagles did by running the ball a lot. You're going to see a lot of people do run out of their base sets. They're going to want more blocking on the field. If they feel like they beefed up their offensive line and got better running backs and all that, you'll see some people keep Cooper DeJean off the field. But what happens if he is your starting outside corner and then he moves to nickel in sub packages? That's the best of both worlds to me. Right? I'm still skittish. I'm going to be honest with you about the outside corner position. I'm not a fan of Adoree Jackson nor Keely Ringo. I feel like that could be a major weakness for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I don't feel that way if Cooper DeJean was on the outside. Now, listen, DeJean said himself, they're a little different. I did a little bit in college, played both. Right? He played on the inside a little bit. He was an outside corner, so he's not really explaining that, or people might read that wrong. But they're different. On the inside, you have to prepare more to fit the run and be able to cover and do all those things. At corner, it's more worrying about covering the top guy, top receiver with a lot of space. Now, what did I say in that video? That's exactly what I said in that video. Your game breakers are on the outside. The top guys are going to play outside because you have a lot more space. You don't want to smother your work. It's like a boxer. You wouldn't, if you have a great jab, you're going to fight at range. You're not going to be on the inside trying to jab. If you have a great game-breaking Malik Neighbors type wide receiver, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith type wide receiver, you're not going to want to smother that work by putting them in the slot and limiting their route tree. On the outside, you can run a lot of shit. You can't run no comeback route on the inside. That would be a dumb route to run. But on the outside, when you have a sideline there, and that's the reason why your game breakers are out there and all that space, and you have to dedicate extra defenders to them because they can break the game open. It will be a first down in the slot. It could be a touchdown on the outside. So they also said they asked Quinyon Mitchell about it, right? Coop, he a football player. Why did they say he a football player? Come on, man. He did it in college. Just a great football player. Got a knack for football. Got a knack for the football. Just a football player. Now look at this. It said that DeJean played slot 773 snaps. He was in the box 76. All this blah blah blah. He only played out wide 8 times, right? And that's probably from motion, right? Outside motion, meaning the outside receiver would motion to the inside and he would follow them, or the outside receiver would follow, or the outside corner would follow the outside receiver into the slot, making him the de facto outside corner, right? But look in college. He played 1,183 snaps between 2022 and 2023 at wide corner and only 163 in the slot. They scouted him as a outside corner. Check this out. Look at this rep right here with him on the outside. Watch him flip his hips. He destroyed this route, right? Look at the patience. Then whoop, look at the hip flip. Come on. Absolutely destroyed it, right? If that was a timing route, or if the quarterback was actually looking in that direction right there, that route is done. He had to look somewhere else, right? He's ISO'd over here, right? So you're on an island. You have nobody to help. On the inside, you do have traffic, right? You're going to have linebackers who will be dropping back in the coverage, whatever. That's why the yards per catch for inside receivers are just a lot lower, right? You'll get 21, 22 yards per catch for an outside receiver, and then the inside cats will be averaging like 8, 9 yards per catch, right? It's just a different animal out there. But we see right here, I love this. I love the patience, right? He fell off the cliff. There's no hands-on man on this one. All footwork, right? Footwork in his hip pocket, taking away that inside right now with the inside leverage. The man trying to look at made him stumble and slip out of his own soul. His own soul left his ankle because this man is damn near conjoined twinned his ass, right? They're conjoined twins, Siamese twins right now. And look at him stumbling up out of that transition right there, being physical at the apex of this route, right where the transition's about to happen. That's some good shit right there, man. Now let's talk about the value of this position. It said of the 20 highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL, just 2 of them play over half their snaps at the nickel position in 2024. Marlon Humphrey and Diamador Lenoir. Just 2 of them, right? And we know Marlon Humphrey to be a long-time outside corner. Diamador Lenoir, I want to say as well, right? But check this out, right? Just 2 out of 20. 2 out of 20. So if you're talking about what the NFL values the most, they're letting you know right now, right? 2 out of 20 are amongst the highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL. Now, how does that work for the Philadelphia Eagles? Now, keep in mind, this is if, in my opinion, if it doesn't work out with Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo, right? I would love to see him on the outside. Now, fast forward to this roster for 2025, I believe the Eagles have a couple of options to replace him on the inside who would be just as good, right? I don't want to see Andrew Mukuba play in the slot. I want to see him be the starting free safety. But if that were to happen, he could easily slot in at slot and kill it. He did it in college for his first few seasons, and he could do it in the NFL. No questions about it. He's physical. We know he has the hips and all that. Being a corner most of his years in college and playing in the slot at that, right? He was a slot corner in college. And we drafted Mac McWilliams. That could be the guy right there. But if you want to get your best players on the field, a lot of people are Sidney Brown fans, right? I like Sidney Brown too. I just don't think he's a free safety in the NFL. But if they want to play him at that position, it's not my team, right? They play him there. They could put him at safety, Andrew Mukuba in the slot, and Cooper DeJean outside, of course. You know what I'm saying? Opposite Quinyon Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Desert Storm over there is nobody's throwing over there. It's just dry desert land over there, right? When he's on that side. And my man Reed Blankenship at strong safety. That could be a squad right there. That could be getting your best on the field regardless of position. Because I wouldn't want to see Sidney Brown nowhere in the slot. Right? They tried that. That's not his role. Right? That's not his digs. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's not his dope. Your man is dope down in the box though, as a de facto, you know what I'm saying, extra box defender, extra linebacker, however you want to say that there. But maybe at free safety, maybe he comes along, maybe he's been working on it and then they could play Mukuba in the slot, or it's just a lot of shit you can do with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why it's going to be tough to fuck with us, right? We're going to be unfuckwittable for a long time. This is a ton of talent in the secondary when this was a weakness for us, just a couple of seasons ago. So imagine that right there. But let me know what you think about them trying Cooper DeJean out at outside corner. So this is not even me speculating. This is me reacting to someone else who was there who said that they were playing Cooper DeJean and they talked to Cooper DeJean about playing outside corner. So, hey, don't shoot the messenger like you guys did it when I pondered, should he do it? Just react to that, all right? Much love to everybody out there, man. Much love to everybody out here in the Delaware Valley, everybody all around the country, man. But much love to everybody out here in the city of Philadelphia, South Jersey, stand up as well as Wilmington, Delaware, Christiana, and all that, right? Kensington, what up, baby? We in here.
Top Billin of Town Murf.
Top Billin.